When we were asked to join the team to design the interiors for C1, we had two basic challenges. One was to design the public spaces that were downstairs that would be shared by all tenants, and one was to design the typical floor upstairs for different tenants. But we asked ourselves a very basic question, which was, why do people come to the office at all anymore? And the answer is that we can offer an atmosphere that can't be replicated in a home office by itself. It's a combination of hospitality and domesticity. We can balance employees' needs for comfort, environmental issues, for their own autonomy, for health. It's less about an individual desk where you can do all of your work, and more about access to a number of other kinds of shared spaces where you can do different kinds of things.
The public spaces on the ground floor offer a great place to just stop what you're doing, go down, have a coffee, sit at the table, maybe at the library, and have different influences to you.
Okay, let's talk about the planning of the lower floors of C1. There are a number of individual settings of different kinds of activities that offer different ways of working. When you come in, there's a cafe and a place where you can sit and work as if in a cafe. And that's not just to get a cup of coffee, it's also because people prefer to work in that kind of setting with that kind of table. There are more comfortable settings like living rooms where you can go and have that kind of conversation. There are places where you can sit by the window and work by yourself. There are places where you can sit and work informally with other people. There are places where you can go in and close the door. So there are many different kinds of choices of these kinds of settings that come from all of these different typologies of space, from hotels, from libraries, from cafes. The plan for the downstairs offers a lot of amenities that cannot be offered on the upstairs floors or in the home office. Conference rooms, larger meeting rooms, a cinema that could also be used as an assembly space, workout spaces. There's a number of public spaces here that, because of their scale, can't be offered upstairs. For the upstairs floors, there's a slightly different challenge. Instead of feeling like when you go into the office, you just sit at one desk and maybe there's a meeting, the whole office should be considered your office. You're going to be collaborating with people, you're going to be socializing with people. Employees should have a real choice of what different kinds of work settings they work at. In addition, there are distributed meeting rooms throughout the plan. So it's not just a core where there are meeting rooms, but there are smaller meeting rooms where people are actually doing their work.
Regarding the materials, we chose a small palette of different materials, of different woods and natural stone, so the office space feels like a home and it feels like a high quality public space or a beautiful hotel. The reception will be created out of a green natural stone. The kitchen will be painted in green lacquer. The main cores are all covered with brass, so you find a unity throughout the floors, but at the same time we work with contrast, which is generally in our design as Bruzkus architects always an important point. We really loved working on it as we could create with the C1 team a project which is totally custom-made, a mix of cozy and cool and typical Berlin right next to the TV tower.